Hello friends, this is Dr. S.S. Deshpande, Principal of JG College of Commerce, Ahmedabad. Now today we are going to study various types of income elasticities of demand, which is a part of first semester economics syllabus. So let us begin with this. This is the question which is asked in the university exam. Define income elasticity of demand and examine its types with the help of the diagrams. So first, we define the term income elasticity of demand. The income elasticity of demand is the degree of responsiveness of demand to change in the income of the consumer. In other words, the income elasticity of demand means the extent of change in demand because of change in the income of the consumer. Now, if you look at this, you will understand the concept of income elasticity. Suppose the consumer's income increases, and as a result of the increase in the income, consumer is increasing the demand for good X by a very large extent. That means the degree of response in demand is very high. So then we will say that the income elasticity of demand for this product is very high. On the other hand, when the consumer's income increases, he increases the demand for good X, but he increases the demand for good X only slightly. So then it will mean that the income elasticity of demand is low. So greater is the degree of response in demand, higher is the income elasticity of demand, and lesser the degree of response in demand to change in the consumer's income, lesser is the income elasticity. So what do you mean by income elasticity of demand? It is the degree of response in demand to change in the income of the consumer. Next, we have the formula of income elasticity of demand. Now, the income elasticity of demand is nothing but the percentage change in demand upon the percentage change in income. Here, dx stands for demand for good X, whereas y stands for the income of the consumer. So, you have to take the percentage change in demand for the product in the numerator, and you have to take the percentage change in income in the denominator. Number 3, we take the types of income elasticity. The first type is income elasticity of demand greater than 1. This is known as elastic demand, income elastic demand. The second is income elasticity of demand less than 1, that is income inelastic demand. Third is unitary income elastic demand, that is income elasticity is equal to 1. Next is perfectly income inelastic demand, that is income elasticity is equal to 0. And finally, we have the negative income elasticity. So these are the 5 different types of income elasticities of demand. I repeat, income elasticity of demand greater than 1. Now this is known as income elastic demand. We call it income elastic demand. The second is income elasticity of demand less than 1, and it is known as the income inelastic demand. Number 3 is income elasticity of demand equal to 1, and it is known as unitary income elastic demand. Number 4 is income elasticity equal to 0, and it is known as perfectly income inelastic demand. So it is perfectly income inelastic demand, or income elasticity is equal to 0, and the last one is known as negative income elasticity. Let us try to understand all the 5 types of income elasticities one by one along with the diagrams. Now we have to study all the types in the context of this formula, which we have already seen. The formula is percentage change in demand upon percentage change in income. Now this is the first type, income elasticity of demand greater than 1. Now everyone knows that this answer can be greater than 1 only if the numerator is greater than the denominator. So under what condition the income elasticity of demand will be greater than 1? So income elasticity of demand is greater than 1 when the percentage change in demand is greater than percentage change in income. Suppose the income of the consumer increases by 10%, and as a result the demand for the product rises by 50%. Now in this example, the income elasticity of demand is 50 upon 10, which is equal to 5, and 5 is greater than 1. So if you want the income elasticity of demand to be greater than 1, that means if you want the demand to be income elastic, this condition must be satisfied, and the condition is that the percentage change in demand, the numerator, must be greater than the denominator, that is percentage change in income. Now the same has been shown with the help of the diagram. We have taken the consumer's income on the y-axis, we have taken demand for good X on the x-axis, and let us make this A and let us make this B. A is my original income demand combination. So what I am trying to show is that in the beginning the income was OY1, and when the income is OY1, at that time the demand is OD1. So this is my original income demand combination. This is called A. Now there is a slight increase in the income from Y1 to Y2. It's a 10% slight increase in the income, and as a result there is a huge rise in the demand from D1 to D2, which gives us the new point, that is B. Now the important point to be noted in this diagram is that distance D1 D2 has to be greater compared to distance Y1 Y2. ऐसा क्यों? The reason is simple. That's our condition. The percentage change in demand should be greater compared to percentage change in income, which means that D1 D2 distance, the change in demand should be greater as compared to Y1 Y2 distance, which is the percentage change in income. Now when you will join these 2 points A and B, you will get an upward sloping income demand curve. And what will be the peculiarity of this income demand curve? It will be flat. In other words, it will have a less slope. So that is all about the first type, income elasticity of demand greater than 1. I repeat, income elasticity of demand can be greater than 1 when the percentage change in demand is greater than percentage change in income. And the same can be shown with the diagram in this manner. Okay. And D1 D2 distance is greater, which shows that the change in demand is much greater in percentage terms as compared to the change in income, which eventually gives us a very flat income demand curve. Next is income elasticity of demand less than 1. Now your answer can be less than 1 only when the numerator is smaller compared to the denominator. So percentage change in demand, which is the numerator in the formula, should be lesser as compared to percentage change in income, which is the denominator. So once again we have taken income on the y-axis and demand for good X on the x-axis. So this is our original income demand combination. Initially the income is OY1. So at this income the demand is OD1. Now as in our condition, okay, the income is increasing from Y1 to Y2. So suppose there is a 50% increase in the income. Okay, so from Y1 to Y2 the income is increasing by 50%, and as a result the demand is rising only by 10%, and that's the reason that distance D1 D2 is very less. So income is increasing tremendously by 50% from Y1 to Y2, and as a result the demand is increasing slightly from D1 to D2, which gives us our new point, that is B. And if we join A and B, this time we will get a very steep income demand curve, and steep basically means the slope is very high. So that is the second type. Number 3 is income elasticity of demand equal to 1, or in other words, this is unitary income elastic demand, and the answer can be equal to 1 only when the numerator and denominator are equal. So in our formula, if you want to get the answer equal to 1, this condition must be satisfied, and the condition is that the percentage change in demand should be equal to percentage change in income. Let us take an example. Suppose the consumer's income increases by 50%, and as a result of 50% increase in the income, the consumer increases the demand also by 50%. So 50 upon 50, the answer is equal to 1. So if you want income elasticity of demand to be equal to 1, the percentage change in demand should be exactly equal to percentage change in income. The same is shown in the diagram. Income has been taken on the y-axis, the demand on the x-axis. A is our original income demand combination. So in the beginning, the consumer's income was OY1, and at OY1 income, he is demanding OD1 quantity, right? Now the income increases from Y1 to Y2 by 50%, and as a result, the demand also increases from D1 to D2 by 50%. So in this diagram, you should know that distance D1, D2 is exactly equal to distance Y1, Y2. And why it is so? Because of the condition that the percentage change in demand should be exactly equal to the percentage change in income. The next is income elasticity equal to 0, that is perfectly income inelastic demand. Now your answer can be 0 only when the numerator in the formula is 0. So what was the numerator in our formula? The percentage change in demand. So my condition is that the percentage change in demand should be equal to 0. In other words, even if the income increases, the demand should remain constant. Now when demand remains constant, it means that there is 0% change in the demand. So we begin with this combination A. In the beginning, consumer's income is OY1, and when his income is OY1, he demands OD1 quantity of this commodity. Now his income increases from Y1 to Y2, say by 50%. But despite a 50% increase in the income, the consumer keeps the demand unchanged at D1. Now if you join A and B, you will get this kind of vertical straight line demand curve. So when the demand is perfectly income inelastic, in other words, when the income elasticity is equal to 0, the income demand curve is a vertical straight line parallel to y-axis. Now this can happen in case of goods like salt. Even if someone's income increases, his consumption and demand for salt is not going to increase simultaneously. So even if your income increases, you will keep your consumption of salt constant, and therefore the demand curve will be a vertical straight line. Finally, the fifth type is income elasticity of demand negative. The income elasticity can be negative only when there is an inverse relationship between the income and demand. If there is a direct relation between income and demand, then your answer will be positive. And if you want the answer of income elasticity to be negative, you have to make sure that income and demand go in the opposite direction. They must have an inverse relation. Now in the example, we may take with the increase in income, demand decreases. Or we can take with the decrease in income, the demand increases, both of which occur in case of the inferior goods. Now when someone's income increases, suppose someone is poor, and when he was poor, he used to consume inferior goods. But when his income increases, he reduces the consumption and demand for inferior goods, because now he is switching over to the superior commodity. You can also argue that when someone's income decreases and someone becomes poor, then he is compelled to increase the demand for the inferior goods. So demand for the inferior goods will increase when the income goes down. And the same is shown with the help of the diagram. We begin with the combination A. Initially the consumer was poor, his income was very less, only OY1. So when he was poor, he had to consume huge amount of inferior commodity. So we are at point A. Later on, his income improves. His income increases from Y1 to Y2. And since now he is richer, since his income has increased, he has decided to reduce the consumption of inferior goods. So at a higher income B, his demand for the inferior good has fallen to D2, which gives us the new point B. And if we join A and B, we will get this kind of downward sloping income demand curve or a negative sloped income demand curve. So just remember that the income elasticity of demand is negative in case of inferior goods, and in case of inferior goods, income and demand are inversely related. With the increase in income, the demand falls, which gives us a negatively sloped income demand curve. So these are the 5 different types of income elasticities: greater than 1, less than 1, equal to 1, 0, and finally it is negative. Thank you very much. Thank you.